Oh, hi. My name is Takuya Nakamura, Space Duck. Play trumpet, DJ, piano, all kinds of stuff, but tonight, DJ and trumpet. Well, my parents play music, but they don't necessarily try to educate me like some. But there's the environment was good because there's a piano and they have a friend, like almost more like a babysitter. So I just go there, study basic. But so music was always around, but it wasn't like so much of a force to anything. But then I found the jazz, trumpet. I found a trumpet. I was interested in trumpet. I was 10. So my father collect instruments. So he bought a trumpet. And he has a student who teach trumpet. So I studied with him, more like a babysitter to this one. So that was very nice, not so scary teacher or nothing like that. So then by 12, I started listening jazz. First I didn't understand, then I got into from this one FM radio show in Japan from live performance by this guy, Sonny Rollins, this sensei, Sonny Rollins. And then I just got into it. And my high school has a big band somehow, run by a student. So we just practice every day and I get more and more into it. And I wasn't thinking going to school, but I was had a kidney problem. So I wanted to just go straight rock and roll, but couldn't do it. So I just went to school and more like chillax. And also my school in Tokyo, there's a lot of jazz musicians, so there was always kind of jazz influence, jazz to some more electric music, everything came in the 80s. So then I started playing Tokyo a little bit here and there, very young, so I didn't know anything about it. But and by the time I was about graduating school, I saw the poster in the school, New England Conservatory, which is my mentor. I knew he was teaching this school, and this school was looking for international students. So I saw the poster and just called and took audition and just moved to the States. And for jazz, you can kind of, I mean, jazz is not from Japan. Even though we have a long time history of jazz, from even 30s, from swing time, But there's some stuff like subtle things, how it's swing. It's not just straight note, but not triplet, but this feel of it kind of stuff. I didn't quite have it in Japan. So when I came to States, I figured, oh, that's something really not you can just study or calculate. You have to find your own swing ratio kind of stuff. Also, my mentor was, he was a kind of scary, strong man. All jazzmen. They're not nice to you. But I understand his harmony concept. So from then, I can complete understanding music, not really, but some part. And that was much simpler, theory than normal study. It's more like philosophy and science and the nature. So I understand. Yeah, sound is in nature anyway. So we kind of put in a grid, but we organize in some way in the Western music, especially. So I understand from then. Yeah. So that was my study time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, so I play trumpet anyways, right? So trumpet works for jungle and everything. But I found I was in Boston where Jamaican was moving there, 80s, 70s, 80s, like similar to Bristol maybe. So there's people doing sound system and stuff like that. So 93 or 4, like I was playing this show with my teacher, and I went upstairs. There's always sound system guy was there, you know. So I was checking like whenever I was playing there, called Western Front in Cambridge. And one day they were playing dub reggae. They were playing like really super early jungle, and I was really like, I had no idea what this music is, you know. I was really shocked. It sounds really good too, you know. Reggae I liked enough, but not like sucked into it. But when I heard this, like, oh, this thing is crazy, you know. So I forgot about, well, I didn't forget about it. I was thinking like, what was that, you know? Then by 95, 96, like, that was the origin of this kind of jungle stuff. So then, you know, I moved to New York from Boston, and jazz scene was kind of like really elite and not so more educational and very competitive, and wasn't so nice. And the audience was kind of dying also. Then that time we already have like house music, acid jazz, and jungle came in. So that was, you know, more audience, you know, not just gigs, you know, and people come to dance, have fun. And then the very mixture of different race of people. It was very like nice utopia situation. So in Latino in New York, you know, they play congas with DJs. So that's how I got into drum bass. And we had a band, like trio, with a bass and drums and myself. So we kind of freestyle from like what we hear in a club. So we just, oh, we can just do this in improvisation. So it wasn't that easy, but you know, I learned so much just going club, and oh, that's keyboards like that, you know, or bass is like that, you know. So that's how we get in. I got into drum bass, like playing with a live band. Yeah, then you know, eventually, you know, like you know, it's a DJ culture, so this came from like you know, like DJs, you know. Musician wasn't in the beginning, you know. So I appreciate this just DJ and not having band, you know, and just play trumpet, like more like MC style, you know, not taking long solo, you know, just something works and stop, you know. I learned from doing parties. So that's how I got into drum bass. And outside the UK, there was long time ice age for jungle drum bass, especially in New York, you know. So I kind of like didn't touch for a while. You know, I was into dub techno and other stuff also. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I started come back to it. Yeah, and this time just me and DJ and trumpet. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I also like play like I was more abstract, like improvisation music, almost like free jazz or contemporary music. So I do that with the piano and more cosmic sounding. So I put stones, so it sounds like a koto or something. You know, it changes sound. So I like doing that. I was doing that a lot till recently. I still do. And also I like singing. So I like singing like city pop, like Japanese city pop, like I grew up with. And I do the piano concert sometime. Well, intimate concert, yeah. Yeah. Well, I was always, you know, like Bristol music since I was young, not just drum bass, like post-punk people, like pop group, you know, like you know, trip hop people here, you know. This is one of my favorite music city, like always. I mean, number one, actually. Yeah, like all my favorite bands is from Bristol somehow. Especially like pop group, Lip and Panic, Nena Cherry, those people when they are here. I think that was a really good time, it's crazy mix. Everything kind of slightly faster also. Yeah, so yeah, that's how I like. I mean, that's my connection to the somehow strong connection to Bristol music. Yeah. Well, I mean, Georgie is more like my mentor, and I ended up doing one tour, but he was a tough teacher. He wasn't, not like now. Like, they can destroy you. So yeah, but he understand I really want to study with him, and also he found out I can play keyboard, trumpet, electronics. So, oh, this guy's handy. So like, I had a good relationship with him. Like after studying with him. But Harmet Pascal, like like my school was very progressive school. So like, Harmet Pascal, John Cage, or people like that. Everybody like not commercial music. They always come as a guest teacher. So I had one lecture with him, not lecture, but he was just showing his stuff. It's like, oh, this guy is amazing. I didn't know him that time actually, and I just went there, and yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, but with George, that was a time I studied. Short time I went tour with him. Then I moved to New York, so I didn't talk to him so much after that. But yeah, well, my Instagram, YouTube, kind of shooting up, but went up. But yeah, I mean, I've been doing same thing, and what happened was the long radio was just only live, so there was no YouTube, nothing. But after pandemic, they start like archive everything in the YouTube, so people can start come back to watch. And what happened was this UK guys, Wobbly Wobbly or something. They have TikTok and other stuff. They pick up like this one moment of me doing the long radio set. So that's kind of went very popular all of a sudden. For me, it's just like same thing, and sometimes my lot set is just I don't care so much. So I was just having fun. So some like laugh moments and everything. But I think because the air world and everybody's mix is so clean, I sometimes stop and just like do weird thing. So I think that's attract more people maybe, not so perfect, but intention is there sometimes. But so like every time I put the lot thing is people just like start like exchanging like baseball cards, or game cards, So people just sending each other. So I'm not doing so much. I'm just like doing few things, and I like my OP1 TH engineering stuff. So the earlier time I just doing myself, like not try to like show off to them, not try to get endorsement and stuff, but I was just doing for fun, like mostly like promote show or something. So I've been, just doing it. Yeah, I mean just from doing it, one thing hit somebody, and also like jungle drum bass come back like your generation much more appreciated. I mean, Bruce sort of always maybe, but in the world. So that's the timing of the type of music I play is more popular again because it wasn't for a long time. So yeah, but I just kept doing it, and as a musician, as a job, like I support some band, and I don't really DJ for a long time. But a lot lady is always consistent. So last 9 years, I show up and do my set and find interesting music. So like nobody knows, or too old school, and so younger generation doesn't know. So I just mix with that, and some music doesn't get old necessarily unless like pop music is always fashion, so it changes, but then come back again. But so it's just this. I think it's like it's not me. It's more like a phenomenon of the world have made this happen. It's not really me. Yeah. But I just keep doing, like, keep the quality high. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for up and coming artists?
Oh, musician or DJ or anybody? Well, you should um, find what you really like, not kind of like you have to be obsessed. Good or bad, obsession is bad, but for music or art, you have to be obsessed. So find something you like and just like figure out how to get, if music, then how to get to this, how to study, like learn harmony, but just do by yourself, mostly like, like you don't have to study everything. You just want to know this thing, then just go for it. So don't make too much of this, and do this, understand it, move something else. So I think that's how I did. So it kind of worked out. So yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Well, 90s totally from jazz, and so disappointed, like jazz became so classic, and just put in this thing. So like where I found club culture in New York, like this is like jazz used to be. I think it's very similar to vibe, because swing jazz was like for the party. So yeah, I was really into it in the 90s, and also like playing for that situation. Going there sometimes more like be part of it, or like making parties together in a DIY. I did the most party I did in New York was very DIY. So it's interesting when you work something and all of a sudden everybody loves it, and it's just like it's really interesting. What did we do? Yeah, but that timing of the people looking for, but yeah, but I love life. Yeah.